Hey guys, how you doing? Shit. Okay. Okay. Been a couple of days since I actually started making a video. Well, actually, no. It's been almost a week, close to a week, I think. No, not close. Like several days. Uh, so yeah, things have been getting pretty busy here and there. Been trying my best to really get back into the swing of things, but like schedule's been getting busy here and there because like what I can tell you guys is that I usually it's not here. This is not always my main priority, of course. Got to make money to do this shit anyway because, like, of course, without the money, I can't really do what I'm doing right now. Of course, I've been doing like here and there, like focusing on other activities, focusing on other shit here and there. Like, I don't know really what to tell you, but so I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm coming back with Alan Wake. Said I would. Uh, I keep saying essentially like I will probably go deeper into like out of my comfort zone, out of my comfort zone, and then really just dig deep into maybe like other genres, maybe some horror games. I will probably. Maybe I'll go back and play Outlast. I don't know. Maybe I'll go go all the way back and play Outlast. Maybe. Couple Resident Evil. I keep saying I was gonna say play that too. Of course, I'll probably play that later on. Uh, Bioshock, I said, I'm definitely gonna start that up probably sometime today. Once I finish this video, I'll probably jump into Bioshock and then start that today probably. But yeah, it's sort of bright and early. Kind of overslept a little bit last night. Kind of just passed out after work. Just went to sleep around what, like early, like maybe what, 7, early 7 p.m. Didn't really get back up. I just like crashed out right in there, and I was just like tired as fuck. I was tired as fuck. So I mean, I just like just catching them Z's. Another thing, what I was gonna say, yeah. So this is sort of like This is sort of like a priority, but at the same time, it's secondary. Secondary at the moment right now, since I'm sort of just trying to really go more into promoting. Like, if you've seen me on Twitter, if you've seen my Twitter, it's like it's not like necessarily branded, or it's not exactly like like fitted up for just like, hey, primarily for my YouTube channel and everything. Like, I'm trying to sort that out. I'm trying to eventually get that sorted out because like originally it wasn't my intention to really build up my identity online as a gamer, as a YouTube gamer, really, because YouTubing wasn't necessarily the priority back in the day. But then I really wanted to really get back into the swing of things and like make this a priority. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm slurring my words and all that shit. Trying my best to speak a little bit better, but yeah. But yeah, it was pretty much YouTube here. Then another side gig I'm doing a little bit. Yeah, I tried out photography for a little bit here and there. So like, get into the swing of things with that. Like, if you see my Twitter, yeah, if you catch me on Instagram, you'll probably see a little bit of my work here and there. Like, doing some freelance here and there. Like, still pretty green, but I'm still working towards it. So like, for sure, anybody, you can check out my Instagram, check out some of my Twitter. You'll probably see a little bit of my photography work here and there, but it's like still new, still looking around to really do as much. Like, it's mostly cosplay I've been doing so far. It's mostly cosplay, but you know, at the same time, I'm trying to change that up. And I know I'm like going off topic because I should be talking about the game right now. Like, really, so yeah, here. Only the 2 videos right here stopped after a while. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're like at the process of what, like chasing after this dude who sort of helped us, and then afterwards he kind of ran off after we found out he was the kidnapper. He kidnapped Alan's wife and all that shit, you know. I don't need to tell everybody this, but I know I should add some context into it because I know, like, for anybody who probably hasn't played the game or probably wasn't interested. How about this? Yeah, majority of the people were probably not interested in playing this game, but you know, because it's a couple of years old. It's several years old, but you know, so If you hadn't played it, maybe you're just not interested in it. I don't know. But you know, for anybody who's trying to come and view the video, I'm pretty sure you have played it and were interested. So you know, who knows? Uh, so yeah, two's gonna come out sometime later this year. I think it's next year, or maybe next year. I think I gotta look back at that. I think it's two's coming out later this year, or maybe next year. I think, but you know, but of course they're hopefully there's not too much delay, probably, but we'll see what happens with that. Um, I keep saying another thing to say, like I keep saying I will, soon as I'm still geared up for Spider-Man 2 coming out later, of course, in October. So definitely gonna be, that's a guarantee I'm gonna be playing that, but I still gotta finish up that, the first, and start up Miles Morales, so I gotta go ahead and just like speed through that. Like there's no reason for me to delay it, but you know, like I could just speed through it really quick. Um, what other games? I said I'd probably play some like small indie games here and there, probably maybe here and there. It'll all depend, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm just wasting time, so I will just get right into this. Shut the hell up, and I'm just gonna start this game. Okay.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry! No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here! He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move. Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck. On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now. Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning. The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw. I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine. When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified. Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the Taken. No natural path had brought them here.
aware of Widowmakers. Is a hazardous occupation.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on. I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods. to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus. The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it, but it felt all wrong. Call it instinct, his posture, the way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond. I had to find the key to the garage. A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
You can on nature and yourself.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing. It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need... a week.
It's not done.
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the
Oh Dear Diner.
Good girl.
Come here. Pretty please, can you tell me where I am? You want to say something? I need to get my bearings amongst, and the shadows keep on changing. And I'm haunted by the lies that I have loved and actions I have hated. I'm haunted by the lies that wove the web inside my haunted head.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her.
You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh, yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
Right.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past...
Okay guys, so since it's the end of episode 2 and start of episode 3, I'm going to end it right here. So, pretty interesting. And like I said, I'm going in this like... I'm not watching... I'm sorry, this is my, phone. You'll be hearing a lot of that. But yeah, I'm going in this sort of blind, so I'm like oblivious to what's happening here and there. So, wanted to experience the game on my own. It's on my own, but at the same time, I know a bit about it, but not the whole gameplay. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. For anybody who has been watching, please leave a like and comment. Anything will be appreciated. Anything like tips, tricks, any criticism, I will embrace gladly, because I'm like, I'm still pretty green coming into this, and like I'm still doing as much as I can when I can. So it's not like I'm just like, what it is. I'll probably start the next video in a couple hours, maybe. Probably take a quick break if I can, since I'm pretty much like have a free day today. Probably in a couple hours, take a few hours just to really do some other things, really here and there, and then a few hours in a few hours I'll probably jump into the next video. Probably not for this game, probably for the next game. And we'll see what happens along the way, but yeah, until then, I will see you guys later.